All right. Well, this is going to go into more detail on how we build these burners. Kind of made some things up off camera because nobody wants to watch that. Slow, tedious. What this is just a piece of 6-inch stainless steel exhaust, or not exhaust, it actually come out of a paper mill. It used to pump the pulp around the paper mill, I guess. I don't know. I got it from a buddy. Still got some paper in there, actually. And then this is just a piece of steel, just regular steel, diamond plate actually, that I had laying around. And that's what I'm going to use as a base, because I'm going to make this kind of be a test burner so we can test different burner heads with different blowers, and you know, we're going to get that somewhat centered. And then we're going to go ahead and just weld that all the way around and then check it for leaks. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. That's called my best guess on being centered. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'll kind of try and stay out of the way. Not that, you know, nobody's ever seen a welder before, but put a few tacks on it just to hold it so it doesn't lift. Oh, we're gonna go ahead and buzz around it here and move these. Hopefully we don't have any leaks first time, because it looks a lot nicer if you don't. Well, anyone who's a welder knows what those sounds were. It happens. Alright, well, that's real life right there. You know, we had a couple blow-throughs, but we carried through. Let me go ahead and touch up a few spots where we got a little, it's not terrible, but could be better. Alright, we'll fill that that with water real quick, and then see if we have any leaks. All right, well, we got her filled up with water. Now you can see, not the best welds in the world, but it's not going to any car shows, and we'll save the good welds for the exhaust I do for a living. Anyways, you can see it's still full of water. And you just want to make sure you don't have any leaks, because if you do, then that means you're going to be leaking oil. And you can have a situation where you get a flame out, as in the oil burner goes out, and you don't know it. Well, if it keeps pumping oil, you want to make sure it's going to hold quite a bit before it actually starts leaking anywhere, because, well, I demonstrated that last time. It makes a big old mess. All right, so we've tested for leaks. So now what we're going to do is make a way to get the air and oil in there. Kind of changing up on the fly here. Was going to do a fancier burner, but I want to do something dead simple anybody can build. So what I did off camera, as I came up with this decision, just cut a hole in the burner there. And it's about 1 3/4 inches, might be a little bit bigger than that because I'm using 1 3/4 inch exhaust pipe. And just a short piece of pipe. And we're just going to go ahead and stick that in there and then weld it up. This is going to be where the oil and air go in together, instead of getting into the fancy burner that I'm using in my boiler. So this is just a real easy one anyone can make. I can't take credit for this design either, because I learned this one from Oil Burner Channel. If you haven't watched that guy, he's hilarious. Probably somebody I could get along with real well. We just kind of wedged it in there. I want it about the same height, just in case this does ever go up and start filling up with oil and I'm not paying attention. I want to have a little give so I don't make a big mess on the floor. I'm going to go ahead and weld this up now. Again, we'll put a couple tacks on there just to make sure it's not going to jiggle around while we're welding here. I actually want that up just a little bit higher. So. It's pretty tough. Like I said, you don't have to do that. I just want to make sure oil never gets into my blower or into my coming out on the ground for any reason. Try to avoid the mess if you can. It's a lot easier to avoid it than to clean it up. I know from lots of experience with messes. Stainless is pretty thin, so. And the thing of metal definitely helps because it heats up a lot faster, so it's quicker to light. And there's downsides, as it doesn't last as long because it is thinner. It will eventually burn through. So with this style, I've never had that happen, but with a more powerful one in my boiler, about every 4 months I have to make a new burn chamber, which is no big deal. Check for leaks too. Actually, no, we're not. I'm not gonna let it fill up. But if I was to put this in my boiler and let it go without watching it, I would definitely check it for leaks right now. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We need to drill a little hole, 3/8, to put my 3/8 copper line into for my oil feed. And then, so yeah, I'm just gonna do that off camera because it's just a hole and you can drill a hole. And then we'll get it lit. All right, I'll bring you in and get you a little closer here. It's just a piece of exhaust pipe. Nothing fancy. It's an old one. Been laying around. It's rusty. And then I just drilled a 3/8 hole right here, and that's just, ooh, it's still hot. That's just for the 3/8 fuel line to go in. And the air is going to go in right here. And they're just going to go into the burn chamber together. Yeah, I didn't light this particular setup, but it's what got me to change my mind on what we're going to be doing in this video here. But it goes through, you can see, just goes in there on an angle, off to one side, about 25% of the height up. You know, I don't measure anything, so that's just a guess. It's probably less, but it should work just fine. We're going to go ahead and set it over here and get some fuel and air going to it. See if we can't light it up for you. All right, we're going to go ahead and light this up. Again, I'm just using some diesel. You can light it with sticks and paper and whatever else you want. This is just a lot faster. I don't know. About 1/8 of an inch in the bottom of the thing. And we'll just put a little bit on this paper here. Just paper towel. No magical recipe. And we'll light it. Drop that in there. Should get that going. We'll get the oil feed line in there. Hopefully it fits. Never checked. I'm sure it will. Oh baby, barely. It doesn't stay, that's for sure. Alright, see if it'll stay now. Okay, that's that for the feed line. We'll plug the blower in, get some air going to it. open the other door instead. I'm gonna move that away from my door a little bit. Not a super clean burn. The hotter it gets, it should clean up. But it's dead simple and anyone can build this. If you lived out in the country, it wouldn't even matter, you know, you just let it eat. Let's try putting some bounce house air to it. Like to see how that burns in there. Pretty neat. Now that the diesel's going away, it's getting a little smaller, but well, you can't even tell what's happening in there. But you can see it's starting to glow on this side. And that's what you want, is that burn chamber glowing. That's the key, man. You don't get that burn chamber hot, you're not gonna have any success with these burners. There goes the paper towel. Sorry, I turned the fuel down. But yeah, dead simple burner, anyone can build this. If you can't make this one, you're never gonna make the other ones. Let's put it that way. So, it's got some more paper towel blowing out. But yeah, paper towel keeps blowing out. Once that's all gone, it's pretty safe to stand around. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, thanks for watching. Dead simple burner, doesn't get any easier than that. It's 2 pieces of pipe and a plate of steel. It really doesn't get any easier. You can tune it up and down with the fuel. Like right now I've got the fuel turned down, so it's going to burn down. And then if you want to let it go,